The Supreme Court recently made an incredibly significant ruling that returns the power to make laws to Congress. In Loper Bright Enterprises versus Raimondo, the court overturned a prior decision from Chevron versus Natural Resources Defense Council. It's frequently called the Chevron decision. That Chevron decision radically reshaped our government by giving deference to agencies in interpreting what Congress meant. By overturning it, the court is finally reining in the power of unelected bureaucrats. This is a huge victory for democracy and for accountability. The administrative state has grown into a fourth branch of government. The opaque process of administrative rulemaking burdens businesses and individuals alike. It's bad government, and it's not what the framers of our Constitution wanted. Our system was designed with checks and balances to prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful. Congress makes the laws, the executive branch enforces them, the courts interpret them. It's pretty standard. The Chevron decision blurred these lines and allowed agencies to make and enforce laws. For example, the EPA relied on Chevron to impose radical emission standards on power plants, cars, and trucks. The EPA reinterpreted provisions of the Clean Air Act of 1970 to mandate that up to 2/3 of all new cars and trucks be electric in just 8 years. Now, everybody wants clean air, but major rule changes should come from Congress, not unelected bureaucrats. In overturning Chevron, the Supreme Court has returned power to Congress. In Nebraska, we know the importance of a government that's accountable to the people. We understand that laws should be made by those who can be hired and fired by voters. The Supreme Court's Loper Bright Enterprises decision strengthens the democratic process by ensuring that elected officials are the ones making the laws, not unelected bureaucrats. That's a victory for democracy. Reining in the power of unelected bureaucrats will take time. But the Supreme Court's Loper Bright Enterprises decision will represent a generational step forward. It restores Congress's power and promotes transparency and accountability. It also represents a massive step forward in blocking future bureaucratic overreach. It's Congress's job to make laws, not unelected bureaucrats. I am committed to doing all I can do to ensure that our federal government serves the people and not the other way around. Now, this will mean that Congress has to do its job when it's writing the laws, but I'm up for that task as well. One more thing before we open up to questions. Nebraskans in Douglas and Washington counties affected by the severe storms and tornadoes that occurred on April 27th through the 25th are eligible to apply for FEMA disaster assistance. Nebraskans in these two counties, though, have less than a week left to apply for that assistance. The deadline is July 15th at 11:59 p.m. Nebraskans can visit disasterassistance.gov, download and use the FEMA app, or call FEMA directly at 800-621-FEMA. That's 800-621-3362. I encourage people to check their eligibility and apply. And certainly, if anybody has any issues, our job is to help cut through the bureaucratic red tape. So please contact our office if you have any trouble. We will help you.